Firefighting in Canada this week is brought to you by VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. This week, how one Ontario Fire Department is taking its public education and fire prevention programs online. Then, White Rock Auxiliary firefighters in BC donated $6,000 to aid two community programs. And we'll take a look at Firefighting in Canada's most recent podcast, sponsored by Draeger, that discusses best practices when faced with a hoarding call. As physical distancing continues, Stratford firefighters in Ontario are focusing on virtual pub ed. Teaming up with the City of Stratford, the fire department is releasing a video series on a variety of fire-related topics. These videos kicked off last week on the city's social media pages and gave viewers a closer look at the essential gear required for firefighting. This week's video will be focused on equipment. Fire Chief John Parody told the Beacon Herald the initiative has been well received by the community thus far, and the department is hoping teachers will also share the videos with their students through their online lessons. People are also being encouraged to reach out to the department to answer any questions they may have. Parody said physical distancing has posed challenges for firefighters who enjoy community outreach, and these videos allow for more engagement with their community. This is just one clever way firefighters are maintaining connections and communications with their residents during these unprecedented times. White Rock Auxiliary firefighters in British Columbia raised $6,000 for two local organizations. To comply with physical distancing, firefighter Darren Phillips presented the check on April 24th to the Sources Community Resources Centers using a pile pole. The money was raised through a 2019 golf tournament, Christmas boot drive, and a memorial fund. The funds were then evenly split between the organization's Women's Place and the White Rock South Surrey Food Bank. Women's Place provides free resources, programs, and support for women and their families. The food bank, which actively supports more than 600 registered clients, provides residents in need with a minimum of 2 days' worth of food per person weekly. Firefighters train to expect the unexpected. One of these unexpected circumstances comes when responding to a call and finding a case of hoarding. Hoarding presents a unique challenge and fire risk in the community for the fire service. Elaine Burchell has been a hoarding behavior and intervention specialist for over 18 years. In Firefighting in Canada's most recent podcast, she is interviewed by Fire Chief Tom DeSorcy about best practices for how to proceed when encountering a hoarding situation on a call. She explains the condition of the property is related to many factors, including untreated behaviors, fears, and trauma. Burchell says the key to success is in working as a team with mental health professionals and fire inspectors.
The challenge for the firefighters and fire inspection officers that I go out with is but their job is to get them on the right side of the line. That's why pairing up with a mental health professional and somebody who knows about hoarding and understands hoarding is the perfect combination, because that person will deal with the mental health aspect, and then the fire inspector can deal with what the recommendations are, what the deadlines are, and help to interpret exactly what it will look like when they return, what needs to have been done. And you continue to do that. It also means that the fire inspector doesn't have to go out as often, because that other part of his or her team is on site. And there's an open dialogue between the client, the mental health professional, and the fire inspector, so that there aren't different things being said depending on who you're talking to, and it builds trust. It also creates compliance.
Burchell explains how fire inspectors and mental health professionals can work together to set boundaries and limits. She also covers what defines hoarding, how to recognize it, misconceptions around the disorder, and how to approach people who hoard in a non-judgmental and sensitive manner. For the full podcast, visit firefightingincanada.com and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks again to VFIS of Canada, a division of CVIS Incorporated, Canada's largest insurer of firefighters. Stay tuned for our next episode on Friday, May 15th.